You think Tony's going to win?
Tony's going to win. And I think Tony's going to do it impressively. I think he's going to stamp his name on it. I think now, I was concerned when it was the fight a couple weeks ago. When it was the 18th, whatever, not weeks ago.
Why are you more concerned with it being, on the 18th where it didn't happen, where Justin had less time than you are now?
Because Tony now has time to really adjust and let his mind set into being. I think Tony's probably one of the most mentally strong guys. Not that Justin's not. I think Tony's one of the most mentally strong guys in the sport. I think all he's got to do is make a couple tweaks here and there to his training. He's already had a full camp, and he's going to have almost another 4 weeks to prepare for Justin.
You know what? I hate to say this. This is the second time. Josh, you're getting smarter, dude. You're getting smarter. It's scaring the hell out of me.
Brilliant. I feel that Tony, like I said, Tony has that desire right now that I don't think not many people can match. And not that Justin can't. I don't think he will for this fight. Even though he is given a little bit longer, you got to remember, we're still in quarantine for most people. So is he able to get a full camp in? Is he able to get real training in? Is he able to do the things that he wants to do? Those are the things that are still up in limbo for these fighters. Tony's already had a camp. Now he's just fine-tuning up for the next 4 weeks, which can work against you at times because you ramped up, now you've plateaued. But like I said, Tony is one of the most mentally strong guys out there. And I say this with a little bit of that. I feel bad for him because the UFC has never done him any favors. And I've said this over and over. For a guy who's on this long of a fight streak and they're having him fight Justin, this is not doing him a favor. Sure, he's the interim title. He was already the interim champion. He doesn't need to fucking fight for it again.
They took it away from him when he never lost it. Yeah. That's my problem with it. It's like, well, he's fighting for something that he never really lost, and they just took it from him, so they're going to take this one too. But I guess that's me throwing shade. No. It shouldn't be, but it's like, the guy never lost that interim title. The fact that he ended up, getting hurt and stuff with, I don't know.
It was fluke.
The 5 times with Khabib, that matchup, for whatever reason, is haunted. It's jinxed. There's someone out there with Tony and Khabib dolls sticking needles in them, man. But I really look forward to the fight. I look at it the same way. I actually think that the more time actually benefits Tony Ferguson. Mm-hmm. I think he gets to watch a little bit more. He gets to see some of the things that Justin does, and he's going to go back and see some of the fights where Justin has had moments where he's in trouble, moments where people have done things that have created problems for him. Tony's going to be able to pick up on some of those things, and some of those things he does very well. So I think Justin absolutely has the ability to beat Tony because Justin's got power, and if he hurts you, he can drop anybody, and he's just a go forward, take what you can guy who just doesn't stop, and he doesn't know reverse, but neither does Tony. So I see these guys standing in there just bombing each other. If it hits the ground, I could see Justin definitely being on top, but that doesn't always put him in an advantageous position fighting against Tony, because Tony can lock up the Darce from underneath him, no problem. He can do a lot of damage with his elbows. You were on top of Tony, and you did good work, while you were there, but he was doing good work on, part of it, especially when I went to the second round of your fight, man, when he started locking things up and you were accepting damage, that's the Tony Ferguson that's dangerous, that Justin doesn't have the ground game to stop what Tony does.
It's not even so much that, like, while I was watching, I just watched the Dustin Poirier fight against Justin Gaethje. There was never a moment there where he thought, fuck, let me wrestle when I'm in trouble.
No.
That's the thing that concerns me. That's always concerned me. Somebody like him who has the ability to take the fighter down and just like weather the storm, get my wits back about me. Okay, now come back up to the feet. Let me knock you out here. He doesn't do it. It never crosses his mind. Daniel Cormier said it live on the broadcast. He said, that's what scares me about him, is that there was never a moment where he thought, let me use my wrestling to get this fight to the ground, to slow the pace, to get my shit back in my head so I can understand what's going on. That never crossed his mind. There was never an attempt to reach for the leg. And the one thing I'm going to say, like you said, is that he pushes forward. But the one thing that gave me and it's given a lot of people fits is that push kick. Tony throws that push kick from all angles. He throws it at any time when you're not expecting it. He throws it from far away and lunges in because he's so long. So if Justin's walking in, you can expect that push kick to be dished out at will. And every time Justin, if you go back and you watch, every time Justin wants to get hit to the body, he kind of bends at the waist and drops his elbows in to try and crush that space so he doesn't get hit to the body. Well, when that happens, now your head kind of opens up on the hooks on the outside. So I could see Tony having his way with either also too. Whatever Tony calls it, like snap down city or something. I mean, that leaves your head.
Snap city.
Yeah, snap city. It leaves your head in a perfect position to get head snapped down. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be able to get him to the darce from that position, but it makes it a lot harder when you're hanging on someone's head snapping them down to the mat, making them stand back up, head snapping them back down to the mat, making them get back up. That's a lot of work. Tony has a lot
of energy burn.
Yeah, and so that will eventually one or two times maybe open up a chance at a darce. Who knows? So there's a lot of ways I feel that this time benefits Tony, and just him being able to break down Justin Gaethje and how he can capitalize on it. Plus, I said the whole time he's had that camp helps benefit and roll it right into this next 3 or 4 weeks before he fights Justin Gaethje. Whereas Gaethje's trying to figure out where my coach is going to meet me, where are we going to train, which guys can I train with, where. Like where Cub Swanson, like you guys will find out later on, he's locked down. His wife has locked him down, which is smart. He's got little babies, but Juan, not being able to train as much as he would like to because of what's going on with the quarantine. So all these guys are trying to put together their camps. I don't think it's going to benefit Justin in a 4-week period to get himself ready enough to fight Tony Ferguson.
100% agree. Okay.